Happy New Year. I know it's been a while since you all have heard from me, but had some things to take care of, and I'm back now, and I want to wish you a very happy New Year. And I went over my New Year's resolutions from last year, and I did not complete everything that I had planned. So I was sitting here thinking, okay, so what are some things that help you to or hinder you from meeting your goals? And I started thinking about, okay, so what are the goal busters? And as I started writing out my list, okay, this is what I need to pay attention to, this is what I need to look for, this is what I need to look out for, I shouldn't do this, shouldn't do this, shouldn't do this. I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll go ahead and try to organize this a little bit better and put it out there for everybody else so they can kind of look at the list and gauge, what applies to them so that, you can reach your goals for this year, at least your most important goals for this year. So as I was creating my list, I thought of 10 goal busters, 10 things that keep you from reaching your goals. The first one is indecisiveness. Now you can write out like a bucket list and put down a whole bunch of things just because it looks good and it sounds good at the moment. But if you don't really make up your mind that that's what you want to do, then you won't do it. And then at the end of the year, or at the end of, whatever period you're looking at, you're saying, okay, well, I didn't reach this goal. Well, it was probably because you never actually made up your mind to do it, that this is something that you want to do. A lot of people, and I'll keep talking about this, a lot of people make a New Year's resolution or set a goal of losing weight, and then they don't lose the weight. Well, it could be because they never actually decided that, okay, I want to lose 5 pounds, I want to lose 10 pounds, I want to lose 15 pounds by, within the next 2 months. So you have to decide that this particular goal is what you want. The second thing on the list is just laziness. We get accustomed to just being in our comfort zone and sitting around and laying around, and it feels so good to relax, especially after working that 9 to 5, and then we find that if I don't know how it feels to you, but it feels to me like last year just blew by. And being lazy, next thing you know, you have lost a lot of time. So laziness might be something that you might have to pay attention to. The third thing, procrastination. Oof. I have to fight that, because if it's something that I know I should do, but I'm kind of apprehensive about doing it, I'll procrastinate. I'll find everything else to do first and then want to attack that. I'll even clean the house sometimes before I address certain issues that I know I need to address. And that's one thing that I'm working on this year, that I have to make a list of this is what I need to do, and just go ahead and do it, and be aware that I do procrastinate, that I do say, oh, well, I'll do this first and get to that later. But the best time to do something is right now. The fourth thing on the list is distractions. There will be different things to happen in your life that mean like absolutely nothing, and it's there just for the sole purpose of distracting you from reaching your goal. So say for instance you have a goal of saving $1,000 this month, and next thing you know, you'll have where you have a friend over here, oh, can I borrow $100? And you'll go to the mall over here and see some hot shoes for $200, and then you go talk to this other friend, and why don't we go on a spur of the moment vacation this month, and that's going to cost $300. All these things are distractions. You have to focus on what your goal is and block out the distractions and say, this is what I'm going to do. My goal was to set $1,000 to save for this month, and that's what I'm going to do. So no to the friend that wants to borrow $100, no to the friend that wants to go on vacation for $300, no to those $200 pairs of shoes. You block out the distractions and stay focused on your goal. The fifth thing is doubt and disbelief. Another reason that you might not reach your goal is because you doubt that you can do it in the first place. You don't really believe that you can reach that goal. You think that somebody else can, but you don't really believe that you can. So it's really important for you to know that you can do it. It's really important for you to believe that you are capable of reaching this goal. If you're not, then more than likely you will not reach that goal. The sixth thing, lack of knowledge. Lack of resources, lack of skill. You're going to have to know what it takes to reach that goal. For instance, if you say that, I don't know, that you want to buy a house this year, then you're going to have to learn what that takes, what you need to do to buy a house. You're going to have to learn that you're going to have to clean up that credit report, you're going to have to learn that you might need a realtor. You're going to have to learn who the different builders are. You're going to have to learn the different areas of town that you might want to stay in. You're going to have to learn some stuff. So depending on what your goal is, you might need to acquire new skills, get more resources, get generally more knowledge in order to meet the goal that you want. You can't say, for instance, I want to be a doctor and never go to school. You're going to have to learn something to reach your goal. Number 7, lack of support. A lot of times it seems like we're just bogged down. We have a whole lot going on. And we just need someone to, have our back, someone to be in our corner, someone to be that rah-rah section, somebody to be our cheerleader and say you can do it, somebody to just give us that moral support. And sometimes, when you're reaching, trying to go for a goal, you feel disheartened if you make mistakes or if you have like momentary failure. So sometimes that's the cause of us not reaching our goals. We don't have enough support. So in a case like that, I'd say, try to get with like-minded people. Depending on what your goal is, you might need to join organizations. I don't know, pray about it. Talk to friends about it. Get the support that you need. Don't try to do it on your own. Number 8, poor time management. Oof, yeah. You might think that you have all the time in the world, but like I said before, last year blew by, and if this year is anything like last year, this year will blow by. So you're going to have to learn to manage your time. Working a 9 to 5, that takes up 8 hours of your day already, and then coming home and watching TV for another 5 hours is probably not the best time management skills that you could use. You probably could scale back those 5 hours of TV time to maybe 1 hour instead of playing all weekend long. I know you work hard all week, but instead of playing all weekend long, maybe to devote 1 out of those 2 days on the weekend towards you meeting your goal. Find the time for your goal. Pencil your time in. If you have to get your day planner or whatever, or put it on your phone, your iPhone, your BlackBerry, something, whatever you have to do to set aside that time. Set aside that time. Learn to manage your time. Your time is a valuable commodity. It is a great resource for you. It is a gift from God. You need to learn how to manage it. And as I say that to you, I'm saying it to myself as well. Number 9, poor money management. Yeah, that gets a lot of us. We have to learn how to manage our money because a lot of times our goals require money. For instance, like I said before, going back to school. School is not cheap. So you may need to learn how to manage your money for that. Say you are planning a party. Because you're planning a business launch, for instance, and that might need money because you'll have to pay for food, you have to pay for decorations. If it's a professional business, you might have to have licensures and certifications. So meeting your goal, depending on what it is, might require some money, and so you're going to have to learn how to manage your money. If you mismanage your money, then you might not reach your goal because you'll fall short, because you won't have enough money for marketing or advertising or something. So that's number 9. Number 10, and the final goal buster, is lack of desire. We put down things, but do on our list. We say we're going to resolve these things this year. These are the goals that we're going to meet, but is it something that we actually really wanted to begin with? For instance, there might be a man that says, oh, I'm going to get a wife this year. And then he gets a wife because, he might be 60 years old and never have been married before. And then he looks and he gets a wife. He decides that he wants a wife because, all his friends have been married before and he's never been married and he's 60. Well, he gets married and then he realizes that, I never wanted this anyway. Or he doesn't get married and he's wondering, why did I ever get married? Why didn't I get married? But he is having a ball being a bachelor. Okay, well then that might be why he never got married, because he never wanted it to begin with. So you have to decide if your goal is something that you really want. Like if you talk about that you're going to stop smoking. Okay, well, at the end of the year, if you haven't stopped smoking, you need to evaluate that and see if it's because you never wanted to really stop to begin with. If it's that you wanted to give up sodas, for instance, and you are monitoring yourself monthly, Well, after the first month, if you've seen that you haven't given up sodas, then ask yourself, did I really want to do that anyway? So you have to gauge whether or not the goal that you are setting is because it's something that you really want, something that you really desire, or if it's because your family is telling you that this is what you should do, or your friends have made this expectation of you, or the church, or your pastor, or it's what your peers are doing. You're going to have to live for you. I encourage everybody this year, going forward, and I don't want to say the year because I have no idea when you're going to watch this, but this year, decide that you are going to be true to yourself, and one aspect of being true to yourself is honoring what it is that you desire, not the expectations that other people put on you, honoring what you desire. So those are my 10 goal busters for this year. And these are 10 things that I myself have to pay attention to. And I will talk more about goals later because I have actually simplified my goals. So just to recap, number 1 is indecisiveness, 2 is laziness, 3 procrastination, 4 distractions, 5 doubt and disbelief, 6 lack of knowledge, resources or skill, 7 lack of support, 8 poor time management, 9 poor money management, 10 lack of desire. So I hope you took something away from this, and you'll be hearing from me again soon. I'm sorry it took me so long to get back to you, but I'll try to be back now. Take care, and I will speak with you soon. I'm Joy C. Daniels, and I'll be in touch. Thanks for watching. Bye.